Mario is back once again to continue their story of Goomba stomping, mushroom hunting, Koopa dancing, and princess rizzing. And that continues with the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Is the movie good, bad, or maybe balanced between the two? Considering the movie has received negative criticism, so in this video I will be reviewing the Super Mario Galaxy movie to reach our consensus. Let's go! The Super Mario Galaxy movie is the sequel of the Super Mario Bros. Movie in 2023, and it is based on the two Mario Galaxy games. The movie was directed by Aaron Horvath and Michael Janelic, who directed both of the Mario movies, and starring the cast of the Mario Galaxy film, which I will make a list right over here. First, the movie takeaways and analysis. Considering the movie is based on a game, they captured the visualization of the game and what is related to Mario Galaxy, the game elements and the references from the story. Game elements like the launch stars where it guides the player to another planet, Bowser Jr.'s robot which is called Megaleg, and this screenshot from the movie which is the Comet Observatory. Story references like this particular scene where Peach's castle is being lifted by Bowser's airships. Not only that, the movie displayed references from other Mario games, like Bowser Jr.'s paintbrush, which is a reference to Sunshine, the character Wart, which is a reference to Super Mario 2, and the dinosaur, which is a reference to Super Mario Odyssey. So there are a lot of references that made more than the first movie, which expanded the environment of Mario with the game and the other games. Not only that, the movie also referenced other Nintendo games, which I will not elaborate. Story wise, the character Yoshi was introduced in the film, where it follows along with the post credit scene in the 2023 movie. Along with that is the confrontation of Mario and Bowser, which is the niche of most Mario games. Typically, Mario saving Princess Peach from Bowser. But in the movie, Bowser Jr. is involved, as well as Rosalina being involved in the movie. For Princess Peach, the movie elaborated more of her past to bring some lore prior to becoming the princess of Mushroom Kingdom. With that, the characters like Yoshi, Bowser Jr., Rosalina are characters from the game, specifically the Mario Galaxy games. The movie experience was convincing with their humor, their stunning visuals, and their action packed scenes. Even game references that made unexpected appearances. But regards to the appearances and the characters that appeared, which they are involved in the main story, it felt overcomplicated and minimal with their character screen time, which there are some that are relevant to Mario and some that are off topic. In the case of Mario references, there are characters from different games, but it is mainly for appearances, displaying their ineffective ability to be a serious character or someone who is engaging to audiences. For characters that are in different games, surprisingly, from my POV, most people pointed that out, with some adding humor to it and being involved in the main story. In the case of people who are unfamiliar with Mario or other Nintendo games, they may assume that it's all part of Mario. But for experienced veterans or Nintendo enthusiasts, if you read my mind correctly, it looks like a Smash Brothers crossover, which makes no sense to how these characters appeared out of nowhere, but one being in the main story just for a short amount of time. But for the record, whatever works, works. But my biggest takeaway for this movie is that it was able to tell a story, but there is so much to look at. It's like looking at this picture right over here. It tells a story of them fighting, but they are showing too much with the different characters from other particular franchises. Even if the name suggests what's expected, but you are unaware what is going to happen. What's ironic is that in Wikipedia, the movie is based on the games of Mario and Star Fox. But the title is Super Mario Galaxy, which is about Mario Galaxy. And lastly, what I will point out is their sound design, which some of the sound effects were weirdly timed. From my observation of this movie, I will try to visualize it with this basic mechanic from Mario. When a powered up Mario gets hit and he loses his power and gets small. Imagine this hand right here is the powered up Mario. And once I shake my hand, that may indicate that Mario is getting smaller. And I will use my fist as a game mechanic or a game function as well as this sound effect. Here is the demonstration. So what I've observed from the movie is that the sound effect from that game mechanic played twice, where the character punches and pauses, which triggered the sound effect, and once it releases, it triggered once again. What can be easily distinguishable is when they hit and release, the sound effect will trigger once. And that is my movie analysis and takeaways from the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Now, for my final verdict. The movie captured the essence of the game with the environment and the community and multiple references from other games that captures their specific environments, which made it visually enticing. The movie was engaging with how it's presented, with comedic humor, video game action, and the feeling of nostalgia, and some appearances that made it surprising. But with the references and the number of characters, the story would feel overcomplex and far from the Mario niche with the use of specific characters. And with that, this is my final rating for this movie. I had to give this movie some justice. Upon reading the critiques from other critics, I will mention some that I find relevant in my review. One stated they throw in new ideas, characters, and references that may feel too much. The other stated things are happening, but very little of it feels consequential, indicating that it's not straight to the point regarding to how much the movie adapted. And the last one stated the film finds sly ways to incorporate and pastiche the game of its source material, indicating the use of characters that are not related to Mario. And those three are negative reviews from Rotten Tomatoes. But some critics acknowledge the fact that the 2023 movie is a big improvement from the 1993 movie, where the plot is more immersive with its Mario adaptation, despite having negative reviews. But with the critiques that I pointed out and the rest disregarded, it's understandable to why this movie is not for everyone. In my viewing in the cinema, people are engaged with the comedy and invested with the action sequences. And they give their opinions that are straight to the point. And that is the term called target audience. A target audience with a specified knowledge can determine if it's accurate or what. If it has no target audience, then the movie would most likely receive negative reviews because people have no idea what they're watching. That is the same thing with my review of Iron Lung by Markiplier, where I point out the horror experience was amusing for people who are invested. But it is not for everyone because the horror experience is determined by how amusing the horror experience is by their liking. And that concludes this review and everything about Super Mario Galaxy. If you find this review insightful and fair to watch later, give this video a like and subscribe for more movie related content. Thank you for watching this video. Have a blessed day.
Bye bye.